And so the fact that we could use this facility to help people understand that farm workers and Latinos have been here for many generations, and we've made contributions. We've answered the call to service of this nation, and every time we've worked in the hardest and the most difficult jobs, and you would think that that would give you reason sometimes to maybe not be so patriotic, but that's never been the case. My father's story is not unlike the story of many, many Latinos that have lived in the Southwest for many generations, and so we hope that that's another part that you take away from it. Yes, he was a labor leader. He organized farm workers for better conditions at the workplace, but he had this idea that it would take more than you to take a movement, because he understood that at the end of a long day in the fields, hot day in the fields like today, that people would go home to a whole different set of problems. Lack of educational opportunities for their children, access to health care, and just a whole slew of social problems. And so his vision was that we needed a movement that could address these needs in the community and in the workplace. And so, yes, we're a labor movement, but it was more than that. It was a civil rights movement. And so we hope that you're able to take that away from you over these next couple of days.
And it fluctuated, it went up and down. The Farm Labor Law was passed in '75, and farm workers for the first time had the right to vote on whether they wanted to be represented by the union.
I grew up and I lived here, and this is for us to remember what that history was all about. That history that, Agua Island was built for the Filipinos who started that strike and had no place else to go and live their life out, in safety and dignity. And I remember those early days of attending union meetings and Caesar talking on the back of a truck and feeling like, wow, it was the first time I felt whole as an individual, saying in a room where both Filipinos and Mexicans were together.
And in the better camps, they had individual rooms, but they were small and they lived in there for 25, 30 years. And no air conditioning. So that's it.
Who knows which way the wind blows, right? They've spotted remnants of pesticide all the way up to the Bay Area. Okay, they may have been sprayed here.
Along this land, I wonder what will be. Will my heart be searching? Will my soul be free? I walk along this land, I wonder what I see. See my brother struggling to be free. Just an inspiration that I'm searching for, like a sail across the ocean, seeking to explore, like a never-ending battle of my mind. Will I be forever searching what I seek to find? As I walk this land, amazed at what I see see my brother struggling to be free. I walk along this land who cries equality. It is just for privileged ones, but not for you and me. ¡Viva César Chávez! ¡Viva la huelga! ¡Viva César Chávez! ¡Gracias! ¡Gracias! ¡Jorge Santana! Thank you so much.